Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good morning, Dr. Hayes. Thank you for meeting with me today. I wanted to talk about my course selections for next semester because I'm feeling a bit confused about what I should take.
Good morning, Emily. I'm glad you came in. Course planning can feel overwhelming, especially when there are multiple requirements to consider. Tell me what's worrying you most right now.
Well, I'm in my 2nd year of the Business Administration program, and I need to choose 3 core courses and 2 electives. The problem is that 2 of the core courses I need are scheduled at the same time.
I see. Scheduling conflicts are quite common. Which 2 courses are overlapping?
Financial Accounting 2 and Business Statistics. Both are mandatory for my program, and both are only offered once next semester, according to the timetable.
That does sound tricky. Have you checked whether either course is offered online or in a different format?
I did look briefly, but I wasn't sure how accurate the information was. I also wasn't sure if taking an online version would affect my credits.
That's a valid concern. Online courses usually carry the same credit value, but it's important to confirm. Let me pull up the course catalog so we can review the options together.
That would be great. I'm also worried because delaying either course might affect my graduation timeline.
You're right to think ahead. Let's go step by step and see what solutions are available so you can stay on track.
Question 1. Why does the student arrange a meeting with the advisor? Question 2. How does the student most likely feel about course planning?
Question 3. Why is postponing a course a serious concern for the student?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
All right, I've checked the system. Financial Accounting 2 is only available in person next semester, but Business Statistics does have an online section.
Really? I must have missed that. Does the online section still count toward my degree requirements?
Yes, it does. The content, assessments, and credits are the same. The only difference is the delivery method.
That's a relief. However, I've never taken an online course before, and I'm not sure if I can manage it along with my other classes.
That's understandable. Online courses require good time management and self-discipline. How comfortable are you with independent study?
I'm fairly organized, but I sometimes struggle when there aren't fixed class times. I worry I might fall behind.
In that case, I recommend creating a weekly study schedule and setting specific times to work on the online course, just as if it were a regular class.
That makes sense. Another concern I have is my elective choices. I'm interested in marketing, but I also want something that will help me develop practical skills.
Have you considered the digital marketing elective? It combines theory with hands-on projects and is highly relevant in today's job market.
I did see that course, but I wasn't sure if it would be too advanced for me at this stage.
It's designed for second-year students, so you should be well prepared. Plus, it complements your major quite nicely.
That actually sounds like a good fit. I feel more confident already.
Question 4. What can be inferred about Emily's initial reaction to the online option? Question 5. Why does Emily question whether the online class counts toward her degree? Question 6. What can be inferred about Emily's priority when choosing an elective?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
Let's summarize your plan to make sure everything's clear. You'll take Financial Accounting 2 in person, Business Statistics online, and Digital Marketing as one of your electives.
Yes, that seems manageable. For my second elective, I was thinking about organizational behavior, but I'm not sure if it's necessary right now.
Organizational behavior is very useful, especially for understanding teamwork and leadership. It can be beneficial if you're considering management roles in the future.
That's true. I do want to move into a leadership position eventually. Do you think taking it now would be better than later?
I think so. It will also help you in group projects and other courses. Many students find it practical and engaging.
All right, I'll go with that then. One last question. Do I need special approval to enroll in the online statistics course?
No special approval is required. You can register through the student portal, just like your other courses.
Perfect. Thank you so much for explaining everything so clearly. I was really stressed before coming here.
You're very welcome, Emery. That's what academic advising is for. If you run into any issues during registration, feel free to email me.
I will. Thanks again for your time and guidance.
My pleasure. Good luck next semester, and keep up the good work.
Question 7. Dr. Hayes emphasizes organizational behavior mainly because it helps Emily to Question 8. Why does Dr. Hayes restate Emily's course plan at the start?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hey, Sophie, I was thinking we could try studying somewhere different today. The library is getting a bit crowded.
Yeah, I totally agree. I've been there the past few days, and it's so noisy near the group study area. Do you have any cafe in mind?
Well, I was considering the Bean Corner. I went there last week, and it's really quiet in the morning. Plus, they have those comfy chairs and a few big tables for laptops.
I've been to the Bean Corner once. The chairs are nice, but I remember it being a little too warm. I prefer a cooler place where I can focus longer without getting sleepy.
That's true, but I think their atmosphere is really cozy, and the coffee is excellent, which always helps me stay alert.
I love coffee too, but I was actually thinking about studying at Cafe Mosaic. Have you been there?
Cafe Mosaic? I've walked past it, but I've never actually been inside. What's it like?
It's pretty spacious. They have large windows, so there's a lot of natural light, and the tables are spaced out. I usually feel really focused there. The background music is soft, not distracting at all.
That sounds nice, but do they have power outlets for laptops?
Oh, yes. Almost every table has one. That's actually one of the main reasons I like it for studying. And their herbal teas are amazing.
Herbal tea, big windows, quiet music. Sounds like a perfect study environment. Maybe I should give it a try. But what about the cost?
It's a little pricey compared to the Bean Corner, but I think the environment makes it worth it. I usually bring my reusable cup, so I get a small discount too.
That's smart. I guess if it helps us focus better, paying a bit more is okay.
Exactly. And sometimes just changing the environment refreshes your mind. I can spend hours there without feeling distracted.
You know, you're convincing me. Let's go to Cafe Mosaic today. Maybe we can grab a table by the window.
Perfect. I'll show you my favorite spot, and we can order some tea and pastries. That should make studying more enjoyable.
Sounds like a plan. I'm excited to try it out. Hopefully, we'll both get a lot done.
I'm sure we will. Plus, it's always nice to study with someone who keeps you motivated.
Definitely. Okay, let's pack our laptops and notebooks and head out.
Let's go.
Question 1. Sophie's hesitation about the first cafe mainly reflects her concern about Question 2. Alex's emphasis on beverages suggests he believes focus is improved by Question 3. Alex's question about laptop facilities reveals his priority is Question 4. Sophie values the second cafe mostly because it reduces Question 5. Alex's reaction to Sophie's description suggests he is
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good morning, Liam. It's nice to finally meet you in person. How are you today?
Morning, Emma. I'm doing well, thank you. Excited to discuss my new apartment and figure out how to make the most of the space.
That's great to hear. I understand you have a compact apartment in the city, is that right?
Yes, it's around 450 square feet. I want it to feel spacious but still functional.
Perfect. Let's start by looking at your living area. With small apartments, the key is multi-purpose furniture. For example, a sofa bed could act as a seating area during the day and a bed at night if you have guests.
That sounds useful. I do occasionally host friends for sleepovers, so a sofa bed could save a lot of space.
Exactly. I'd also recommend wall-mounted shelves instead of bulky cabinets. They free up floor space while providing storage for books, decor, or even kitchen items if you have an open-plan layout.
I see. I have quite a few books and some decorative pieces. Wall-mounted shelves could definitely work. But what about hidden storage? I don't want clutter lying around.
Good point. There are plenty of hidden storage options. For instance, ottomans and coffee tables with storage compartments are excellent for stashing blankets, magazines, or small electronics. Some beds even come with built-in drawers underneath.
Drawers under the bed could be perfect. I like the idea of keeping everything out of sight, but easily accessible.
Another space-saving idea is foldable furniture. Dining tables with folding leaves or chairs that can be stacked when not in use can really help in a small apartment. This way, you can expand the space when needed without feeling cramped.
That makes sense. I often feel that my current table is too big for the space. A foldable one would make it easier to move around.
Exactly. And for your kitchen, I suggest using magnetic strips for knives and utensils. It keeps your counters clear and makes use of vertical space. Also, tiered organizers inside cabinets can maximize storage efficiency.
That's clever. I never thought of using vertical space that way.
Lighting can also affect the sense of space. Floor lamps and wall-mounted lights can free up table surfaces, and using mirrors strategically can create an illusion of a larger room.
Mirrors. Good idea. I feel like my apartment always looks smaller than it actually is.
Yes, a well-placed mirror can instantly make a room feel brighter and more open. For your bedroom, I recommend a wardrobe with sliding doors instead of hinged ones. It saves space while providing ample storage.
Sliding doors sound perfect, especially since the room is narrow.
Lastly, keep furniture proportional to the room size. Avoid oversized pieces. Opt for lighter colors and sleek designs. They make the space feel airy rather than cramped.
I like that advice. I want it to feel comfortable but not overcrowded.
Great! I'll draft some layout options and a list of furniture with these solutions in mind. We can review them together next week and adjust as needed.
That sounds excellent, Emma. Thank you for all the practical tips. I already feel more confident about organizing my apartment.
You're welcome, Liam. It's all about making the most of the space while keeping it stylish and functional. I'm excited to help you bring your apartment to life.
Me too. Looking forward to the plans.
Question 1. Why does Emma prioritize furniture with multiple uses early in the discussion? Question 2. Liam's reaction to the sofa bed mainly reveals that he values Question 3. Why does Liam hesitate before agreeing to open shelving?
Question 4. What underlying principle connects ottomans, coffee tables, and beds mentioned by Emma?
Question 5. Liam's approval of underbed storage suggests he prefers
Question 6. Liam's comment about his current table implies it.
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
Good evening. In today's top story, the Canadian government has announced a series of significant changes aimed at improving access to healthcare services across the country. Officials stated that these changes are intended to address long-standing issues related to wait times, staffing shortages, and the availability of primary care providers, particularly in rural and remote regions. According to the health minister, one of the main initiatives involves increasing funding for family health teams and community health centers. This funding boost is expected to allow more clinics to open, expand operating hours, and hire additional healthcare professionals, including nurses, physician assistants, and mental health specialists. The minister emphasized that these measures are designed to make healthcare services more accessible to Canadians, particularly for those who have historically faced challenges in obtaining timely care. Another key aspect of the announced changes focuses on digital health services. The government plans to expand telemedicine programs, enabling patients to consult with healthcare providers online or through phone appointments. Officials noted that this initiative has become increasingly important following the COVID-19 pandemic, which highlighted the need for flexible healthcare options. Telemedicine is expected to benefit not only urban residents, but also individuals living in remote or underserved communities, reducing the need for long travel times to see specialists. In addition, the government is taking steps to improve hospital efficiency and reduce wait times for procedures. Reports indicate that funding will be allocated to increase operating room capacity, hire additional surgical staff, and implement advanced scheduling systems. These efforts aim to address delays in elective surgeries, diagnostic imaging, and other essential medical procedures. Experts in healthcare policy have responded positively to the announcements, although some caution that careful implementation and ongoing evaluation will be necessary to achieve the desired results. The public will be able to access more information about these changes on the official government website, which provides details on new services, eligibility, and timelines for implementation.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming. We've got the green light to host the event next month, and we need to start locking in some details. Let's begin with food. Any thoughts?
Definitely. Food's going to be a big draw. I was thinking of having international food stalls, maybe 6 or 7 countries represented. Indian, Mexican, Italian, Chinese, Ethiopian, and perhaps Turkish.
That's a great start, but should we also consider something more interactive? Like live cooking demos or fusion tastings. I know a chef who does a twist on West African and Caribbean dishes.
Interactive is good, but it might complicate logistics. We don't have a full kitchen set up outdoors. Stalls might be simpler. But maybe we can do demos indoors.
True. We can rotate demos in the hall while stalls operate outside. That way people get a bit of both. But we'll need to think about dietary restrictions, vegan, halal, gluten-free.
Right, and allergy info needs to be visible. Remember the last event? Someone had a reaction to sesame.
Okay, we'll make allergy labeling mandatory. Now, performances. We've had a few community members reach out. There's a local K-pop dance crew, a flamenco guitarist, and a Ukrainian folk dance group. Too eclectic.
I actually love that variety. But we need to balance the schedule, maybe group similar vibes together to avoid jarring transitions. Like, don't go from flamenco straight into a taiko drum ensemble.
Good point. Should we have cultural booths too? Where people share traditions, crafts, clothing.
Yes, that's essential. But let's not overwhelm attendees. Maybe a passport system. Visitors collect stamps from each booth to encourage participation.
Clever. And it makes it more fun for kids, too. What about community involvement? Are we reaching out to underrepresented groups?
I was thinking the same. The Somali and Vietnamese communities haven't had much presence at past events. Maybe we can collaborate directly with their community leaders this time.
Absolutely. Let's create a committee with representatives from each major cultural group. That way, everyone has a say and feels ownership.
Great. Let's also prepare a short survey after the event to gather feedback. What worked, what didn't.
Perfect. If we get this right, it could be the most inclusive event we've ever had.
Agreed. Okay, let's finalize the food vendors and outreach strategy this week. I'll circulate a shared doc for us to update.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
Digital reminders have become a routine part of everyday life, shaping how people manage time, responsibilities, and priorities. From alarm notifications and calendar alerts to task lists and smart assistants, these tools are designed to support memory and organization. However, opinions differ on whether digital reminders represent a helpful convenience or a growing dependence that weakens natural cognitive skills. On one hand, digital reminders are widely viewed as a practical solution to the increasing demands of modern life. Many individuals juggle multiple roles, deadlines, and commitments, often across work, family, and personal responsibilities. In such situations, reminders act as external memory aids, reducing the risk of forgetting important tasks such as taking medication, attending meetings, or paying bills. Supporters argue that these tools free up mental space, allowing people to focus on more complex thinking rather than routine recall. For older adults or individuals with memory challenges, reminders can also enhance independence and confidence in daily functioning. Convenience is another strong argument in favor of digital reminders. They are customizable, portable, and easily integrated into devices people already use. A single smartphone can store hundreds of alerts, repeat tasks automatically, and adjust to changing schedules. This flexibility is particularly beneficial in fast-paced environments where plans change frequently. Digital reminders can also reduce stress by providing reassurance that important tasks will not be overlooked, contributing to better time management and productivity. In contrast, critics raise concerns about over-reliance on these tools. They argue that constant dependence on reminders may weaken natural memory and attention skills. When individuals outsource recall to devices, they may become less engaged with their own planning processes. Over time, this could reduce the ability to remember tasks independently or to prioritize without external prompts. Some believe that this dependence encourages passive behavior, where people wait for notifications rather than actively managing their responsibilities. There is also concern about the impact on focus and mental discipline. Frequent alerts and notifications can interrupt concentration and fragment attention. Instead of supporting productivity, reminders may contribute to distraction, especially when combined with social media and messaging notifications. Additionally, reliance on technology raises questions about what happens when devices fail, batteries run out, or systems malfunction, leaving users unprepared without their digital support. Another viewpoint highlights the psychological aspect of dependence. Some individuals may feel anxious without reminders, checking their devices repeatedly for reassurance. This behavior suggests a shift from using technology as a tool to relying on it as a necessity. The balance between helpful assistance and unhealthy dependence varies depending on how consciously and selectively reminders are used.
Visit celpipmocktest.com for authentic Celpip mock tests and see the difference in your performance.